The pace of inflation and job growth caught a lot of economists by surprise this year. But
the U.S. has reached another record when it comes to gas prices. It hit an all-time high today.
Now, that warning that Tyler mentioned of a coming economic hurricane, that's from Jamie Dimon, underscoring concern in the market that the Fed's rate hikes could lead to a recession.
Economic hurricane on the horizon as a result of this Fed's experiment and the monetary policy tightening.
President Biden is meeting with Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell today.
That's right. The meeting comes as millions of Americans are growing increasingly anxious now about inflation.
Is inflation still the #1 electoral issue for Americans?
So much of this is about inflation. That view of the nation that you described at the top is driven by concerns about inflation.
Attacks in paradise, pina coladas, I'm terrified. I swear I'm not crying, the sun's just bright. I'm having the best time of my life. Panic attacks in paradise.
But I want to get your take on the real estate market. As always, you've got a good eye to the ground of what's happening. We're looking at the number of homes for sale at an all-time low. I will tell you, as somebody who has been looking, it was incredibly depressing over the last week. Are we at the peak, you think? Are things going to start to slow down next year?
I'd like to say we're at the peak, or at least promise a slowdown, but no, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
We're finding that inflation is still keeping these prices higher for homes. The mortgage rates have been rising, and those home buyers that were perhaps hoping that if the mortgage rates rise, then you would see sort of a tapering off of price. Well, they're still going up. And part of this, of course, has to do with the low inventory, but also part of this has to do with inflation.
There are a lot of ways to read this, but one thought I have is this little essay is basically signaling that he is trying to prepare folks for some very bad economic news ahead.